Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio.
We are still spilling the tea.
And committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. Getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
I've come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman,
Live, direct.
it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
Good morning, Cayman. Happy Monday. What a beautiful day in paradise. Glad to be here with you guys as always. Certainly glad to be alive. Who isn't glad to be alive? My goodness. We're so fortunate. So hope you guys had a safe weekend. Number of things happened over the weekend that we do need to talk about and discuss. Some very, very interesting. And we'll get to all of those here in just a jiffy. I trust that you guys are doing okay. We'll talk about, there's a couple things, obviously, that happened over the weekend. We've got some video footage of, and there's some things that we won't be showing you that we do have video footage of, but I'll tell you exactly why that is. So let's go ahead and send out our links to everyone on, let me see here now. We've got Facebook folks. We're going to grab your links really quickly. And then YouTube, I see Instagram is here for it. Adults fighting this weekend. Oh, Lord. Again, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I mean, I expect it from kids, not really. But then again, you know, you guys show them through your adulting or lack thereof. You guys show them what you're capable of, and they just, you know, monkey see, monkey do. They just follow suit, really. That seems to be what's going on around. Yeah. So we're going to talk about these things because it's despicable. Despicable. What can I say except y'all need Jesus. And I may not be able to help you with that part, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Yeah. Good morning, class. Good morning, class. Everybody in attendance here? Not really. I see you guys. Slowly coming online. And let me just see. Let me grab the YouTube link as well. Oh, really? No surprise there. Someone just telling me about a particular relative of mine who they're hearing is locked up in jail. Nope, no surprise there, honey child. Like I said, some people, you just can't help them. Only a matter of time. Yep. That does not surprise me one bit. All the going to church and pretending didn't help that person. Ay. What a calamity. Let me verify it before I let you guys know who it is. But I think most of you can guess already. Dearly beloved sister. All right, let me give me one quick second here. I am going to come to you.
Time for Monday Rewind. The Cold Hard Truth's Monday Rewind show recaps the weekend's news and events so you don't miss a beat.
Don't miss out.
All the weekend's source, news, gossip, and well, it wouldn't be a weekend recap show without traffic accidents too. Cayman Marl Road is Cayman's #1 news source and has the island's hottest morning talk show.
It's the hottest.
Make sure you don't miss a beat with Monday Rewind.
Rewind.
Tune in every Monday from 7:30 a.m. on both YouTube and Facebook.
All righty, Monday Rewind, honey child. So let's talk about what happened this weekend. All right, let's start with some fun stuff before we get to all of the fighting and that sort of thing. We had our pickleball match on our first of many, no doubt, on Friday evening. Big shout out to Premier Andre. He did say, oh, let me fix give me 1 second. Let me fix that that monitor behind me. 1 quick second.
Recover Personal Injury Attorneys, helping injured people get what they deserve. Did you know that insurance companies have lawyers that represent their interests? Before signing and accepting any settlement, know your rights. Call us today for a free consultation at 924-9999. That's 924-9999. Recover. Your personal injury attorneys are on standby to assist.
All righty. So he promised and he delivered. He promised he would come and play some pickleball, and he surely did. And what he didn't promise was that he was gonna wipe up the pickleball court with me. Wow, he brought it. I think he saw the last time he played for a couple minutes. He's like, Sandy can be dangerous on the pickleball court, so I'm gonna bring my A game, and he surely did. Brought his racket, brought his proper shoes, brought the energy, and him and his partner were playing doubles, and him and his partner just kapow. It was 1-1, best out of 3 games, 1-1. We beat him in the second round. But tag teaming me with a really good partner, Lady Di was on his side. And so when she came on board for round 3, she really brought her A game. And I was like, wow, you found your inner Serena. What on earth happened here? And sure enough, honey child, it was, wow. They put my partner and I, Al, to shame. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys did not just beat us that badly. They had us running all over the court. There was one time, in fact, that a ball whizzed by me. And I'm going to be honest with you. I knew it was coming, but I did not even see the ball. That's how bad it was. It just, and I was like, what? Where did that ball go? Yeah, Lady Di, she was his secret weapon. So next time we got to mix it up a little bit. But let me show you guys the team here, because it was a lot of fun. And we had a good time, got some good exercise. So my poor knees been creaking all weekend. Y'all know how that goes. They were like, ooh, honey child, what did you do to us? But I iced them, starting to feel better. There we go. Yep, he mashed me up. And like somebody said, girl, you were already wearing knee braces. I know. I wear them for a reason, because the poor knees, not like they used to be. Need to really try to continue my physio and do exercises that strengthen them even more, because yep, they're a little bit compromised. Big shout out to the good orthopedic team over at Health City. Apparently the kneecap is not even straight, so I'm working on it. Somebody said spray it down with WD-40. Oh God, I don't think that's going to help me at all. But yeah, so I'm going to hopefully, just keep icing it. So far, icing it seems to do the trick. I have a little bit of, what is that muscle that's right behind your bum that runs like down the leg? Right in there for the last month or so. It's also been bothering me. So I think I need to just stretch that more and then do some massage with my massage gun. And hopefully that will start to ease up and stuff as well. Riding a bicycle will help. Yes. The physio team actually told me that as well. And they said, do the stationary bike, because there's something apparently that's different between the stationary bike versus like the road bike. I can't remember what they told me, but there is a difference. And they did say to me, ride your stationary bike. So I'm going to start getting, because I've got all those things in my little home gym. No, that's not I don't think that's the hamstring. I think that's the, it runs, I think it's the one that runs through the behind and comes down. Maybe. Let me see where the hamstring runs. Let me see. I'm going to look at a little diagram here online and tell y'all. It's like right underneath the bum, like right under that bit. So is that considered part of the hamstring? I think the hamstring is a little bit further down, but maybe that's it. Abductor magnus. So the glutes is basically your bum. And then right underneath that, we've got the abductor magnus. Maybe that's part of that's part of the hamstring. Yeah, 3 large muscles that run down the back of the thigh and help control the hips and knees. Oh, yes. So I think you might, I was wondering, that's why I was wondering if it was the sciatic, what is it called? Sciatic nerves or whatever, but maybe it is the muscle. Maybe it is the hamstring. Okay. So, yeah, it's right where I think kind of where the abductor magnus is, but I'm just looking at a little online diagram here. Right underneath where you feel like the bump ends, that's where it starts. So it works to extend the hip joint and bend the knees. Oh, well, it would make sense. Where it's all kind of connected. And I think it's just a mild little strain. So I'm gonna start working on it with the stretches and stuff like that. So all right. So anyway, there he is in good form. Me looking like a warrior, but lost this battle. But there will be more to come. Fear not, fear not. There will definitely be more to come. And I am going to prepare myself and to get ready. Somebody said you never make a man come to your house, or anybody, just man generally, human beings, they mean, come to your house and beat you. So he did it once, and I'm going to be ready for him the next time. Ooh, ooh. So the idea is to play a couple times a week, because I tell you what, if you're playing against people who can give you running up and down in the court, you'll see something melting. Believe you me. Now, a lot of you have seen me lately and you said, oh my gosh, you've lost a lot of weight. I don't know about that. I'm going to step on the scale and see. It's probably just 5 pounds. It probably looks like more than it is. But, every little bit helps. So we're going to keep at it. There's me in my little pickleball shoes. And we're definitely going to keep at it. So that's Alistair, Lady Di, myself, and the Honorable Premier, Mr. Andre Ebanks. Brought it home. It's a fun game, unlike things like running and all this kind of stuff. It's actually a lot of fun. So good morning, one, and good morning, all. I see your students here in class. So nice to see you guys. Yes, buenos dias. Let me see who we got here today. We got the whole crew: Robert, Marshall, Abby, Jasara. Akil says, marvelous Memorial Monday. Oh, yes, from Raleigh, North Carolina to the beautiful people of the Cayman Islands. Today is Memorial Day in the U.S. So hope you guys are remembering the reason for the holiday for sure. Good morning to Evelyn. She's hoping everyone has a productive week. Thank you, V the Money Man. Jean is here in the house. Wee. So lots of beautiful and amazing and wonderful people here for it as well. You notice the trolls, the election trolls, they've kind of fallen away. Where are they? I knew they didn't have the stamina to stay with us, but they should, because when they come back in the next 4 years and they start making up stories again, we're like, that doesn't go so, because we've been here the whole time. So when you're here for the whole time in class, you know what the truth is, and you know how things work. And so, yeah, they just disappear. They don't even care anymore. Oh my goodness. You guys should come back. Come back to us. Come back. All right. We got Paul, Emma. Paul's from the 411. That's Bermuda. Good morning to Maria. How are you? Ooh, joining us from Miami, Florida. Hey, Maria. What's good in Miami, Florida? Jim is in the house. King Robbie is here. Happy holiday to all of our American friends. Yes, we had our holiday last week, Monday, or the week before? Last week, Monday, the 19th. Yes, that was Discovery Day for us. And then we had one, I think, the week before that. We've been having a lot of holidays. Good morning to Miss Carol Jackson. Island Pearl is here. Melita in the house. Diamond Princess. Mr. Richard, all the way from Round Rock, Texas. He says, I'm getting my CMR fix in early on my walk. I love that you walk every morning and you're walking with us. We're not walking, but you're walking. So you guys remember when we were doing, when I was doing the little exercise thing, the cycling in the mornings? I'm going to bring that back. It may not be the cycling. There were some logistical things with me, like reaching the mic and stuff like that. But I have a stepper that I'm slowly going to be getting into. And so we're going to do that here shortly. So I'm not giving up on my fitness gig no matter what. I might not be doing it 100%, but even if I'm doing it 25, 30%, and then eventually I get up there, then hey. So what was the score? I can't remember the exact score for I know they pretty much creamed us in game 1. We creamed them in game 2, but you see what happened with game 2? Lady Di swapped out for Lady T. And Lady T she's probably listening this morning. She's okay, but Lady Di is much better. Let's just put it that way. So, it probably wasn't really a fair match with Lady T. We were able to get it on her, So if you have one weak partner, then it's definitely a lot easier. And then Lady Di came back in for round 3 and cleaned up, honey child. Woo! I was like, what a mess. Marva says, rub some black Jamaican castor oil on it. Really? Oh, I know that same black Jamaican castor oil is supposed to be good for your eyebrows and stuff. Like if you're trying to grow hair, apparently I've been told put it on your eyebrows and it makes your eyebrows fill back in. No, not the tailbone. I know for sure it's not the tailbone because the tailbone is like right at the base of of your, like that runs right there. As you get to the bum, that's the tailbone, like the end of what would you call it? The set of vertebrae or whatever in the back. So it's not the tailbone. It's like you've got the bum and then right underneath it, like right under there, I can feel it. So I'm going to whip out my, I'm going to probably maybe do physio this week anyway, just so I can get some stretches in. Sometimes you have to remember how to do certain stretches and whatever for the knees and strengthening the knees, probably doing some kind of modified squat. And then, yes, I'm going to see how it goes. And then I'm going to try to play again on Wednesday as well. So, yeah. But I must tell you something. More and more we're learning about longevity and what works. And one of the things when it comes to just your overall fitness, and it's actually a major indicator of how long you're going to live, is your the muscles in your leg. So those legs, the thigh muscles basically, are so incredibly critical to your longevity and overall health, because as you age and you lose like some degree of muscle mass, if you keep those really, really strong, you're less likely to like fall and have fractures, and they support the knee and they play a really, really important role. So now they are known as a key indicator on how long you're going to live. So building muscle mass, especially for women, as we age and we start to hit, menopause and stuff, becomes really, really, really important. So I'm happy to say, Marshall, that actually all of the things I'm feeling now in terms of the pain, they were there before the beating on Friday. So might be feeling a little bit more worn out, but the pain was still there. V the Money says, what's the difference between pickleball and tennis? Totally different sports, actually. Pickleball, the court is smaller, so I feel like you do run a little bit more. And Al and I used to play tennis a long time ago, and I think the tennis, like the long hit of the tennis, has messed up our game because a lot of times we overshoot the pickleball court. So it's a different racket completely. It's a much smaller racket, and the racket is made of different materials. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what rackets are made out of. So I think, let me see what my last racket is made out of, pickleball. And the balls are different. So it's like a hollow ball that's like a hard plastic. So this one is made of carbon fiber, and it's more of a paddle than a racket. So it's properly a pickleball paddle. Let me kind of show you what they look like. And they can come in slightly different shapes and stuff like that. So it just depends. So yeah, it's a very fun game though. Low key, I've always wanted, because I actually love racket sports. So I've always wanted a, what do you call it? I've always wanted a a tennis court, but land space, that's like a premium. And so when I found out that I the pool was kind of getting expensive, that venture's like, irks, that's too much money. So when I said, well, can we see if we can get a pickleball court? And they came and they measured, they're like, you barely can squeeze one in. I was like, yes. So it is a smaller court. And the rules are I feel like the rules are a little bit more complicated than tennis as well, to be honest. But hey, so look at it. This is the racket. This is an example of a racket. Not all of them have that little hole thing in the middle. Some of them are solid. And then the ball is a hard plastic, but it still has a bounce to it, believe it or not. There's the ball. And yeah, you've got rules out the wazoo about returning it in the kitchen, and you can't be in the kitchen, and the this and the that, and da-da-da-da. It's like, oh my God. For me, it's kind of like a lot of retired tennis players actually play it because it's not as demanding on their bodies. So once they're finished with tennis, they play pickleball like professionally. But I do find that, and trust me, you get an awesome workout with it. You are sweating and running all over the court, honey child. I do find that, what was I going to say about it? I find that it's kind of, for me, I feel like it's a hybrid between squash and tennis. Like, you got the big court with tennis, that, but then you also have, they've got colored balls. Oh, these are cute. They've got some really pretty colors. Wonder if we can play with colored balls. Yeah, these are cute. And then, squash is very, very, a much smaller court, and you got to book it on a squash court. Like, you are moving. I feel like squash is probably the most intense out of all of them. Oh, child, I used to be dying on the squash court. I'd be like, oh my God, look at these. Aren't those cute? I love them. Pretty colors. So yes, squash is a very, very fast game. And again, squash isn't as accessible because of the way that a squash court, like it's a wall, basically, that you're playing up against, right? So a lot of people, can't build that wall. And I don't know, squash, that's why you don't really see that many squash courts. I think Cayman probably has the ones at the squash and tennis club, the one at King's, and I think that's it, right? I don't even think we have any outdoor squash courts anywhere that I can really think of. So it's much harder to get into squash because of the design of the court. But yes, one more win for the premiere, for the books. My premiere, says Melita. You better believe it. He definitely brought his A game, girl. I was like, oh my gosh. No, he didn't. And you know me, I was ready. I had my cup that said that I'm drinking the tears of my pickleball opponents and everything. Right. Turns out they were going to be drinking my tears. What a mess. Anyway, lots of fun. And I look forward to continue playing the premiere. Now, some of you were asking, where's the deputy premier? Because he is he's the one who actually gave me the idea, Gary Ruddy, AKA the Honorable Gary Ruddy Peanut. He was the one who gave me the idea about a pickleball court, because he plays 3-4 times a week. He's an avid player. They have a whole group of them that play. They actually have a scoreboard and everything. When I went there to play, I was like, excuse me, you guys are pros. And child, I didn't have a chance against them. They were whooping me left, right, center, up and down the court and round and round. I was just like, oh my God. But he's a very, very avid player. And so they said, why didn't you invite him? Well, the premier and I had an agreement. And so I already had people playing, but I don't think any of us would be ready for Gary. No. Are you guys kidding me? He would have killed us all on the court. And, but maybe next time I'm going to invite him because, I need to bring a partner to take on the Honorable Premier. And maybe that person might be the Honorable Deputy Premier. Dun, dun, dun. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe the next one, I will definitely bring him on. All right. Well, thank you. It was lots of fun. And we had a really, really enjoyable time. And, do whatever you like when it comes to sports and getting out there and exercising, because that's the key. Some people are runners, they enjoy running, and some people really enjoy cycling. I'm scared not to cycle because all the mad hatter drivers out there. But whatever floats your boat, by all means, get out there and do it. It's important to just stay active and to keep moving. So I've never played badminton via the money. That's one racket sport that I've actually never gotten into. That and there's another one too. But I've had like a ping pong table multiple times, by the way, and I love ping pong. So yeah, I'm into racket sports. I like it. It's enjoyable. So let's talk about some of the other things that happened over the weekend. What happens, Mirror Star? What are you referring to? Okay. Do you ever play pickleball yes. So I have played at the courts. They have a very nice facility there. The restaurant actually is really nice too. It's very popular. And Aisle 2025 says it's better than drinking and partying. I need to get out there and join them. Yes. And you can book courts online. So they used to have an open play on weekends that was like $5. I think they've increased the price since then, but still good value, I suppose, where you can just go and jump in different courts. So you don't even have to know anybody. Just have proper shoes. There are non-marking pickleball shoes that you should get. Have your racket, and they've got, people normally have balls and stuff. And the good thing about playing there is you get a variety of different people in terms of their skill level. So that's quite good because, you have people who play regularly, almost professionals. And you can just switch courts and play with different people and jump in and out. And it's a really good workout. You know what else I love about that location, Aisle, is the number of local people that I've seen getting into pickleball at that location has been phenomenal. All sorts of people, all walks of life. Everybody's playing it. You've got Caymanians, Jamaicans out in the court. One guy, he's actually moved to the States now that we used to play with. He was actually really, really good. And he has since moved overseas, but with him and his wife, we used to play with them on weekends, and that was like a lot of fun. The other great thing about pickleball is because it's pretty much almost the same in a way as a tennis court, what a lot of people do is they're easily able to modify a tennis court, and they just put the lines on the inside so that you can dual purpose it. So you can use it both for tennis by using the outer lines, and the inner lines would represent the pickleball court. So they just reline it with the tape or paint it on or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. But I'm trying to remember his name now. Oh, his name is escaping me. But anyway, he is really, really good, Jamaican guy, but he was phenomenal. And then he introduced me to like a few, new rackets and stuff. I can't think of his name now. It'll come to me. But anyway, and then he started where he used to work. He started introducing some of the other guys, and then they started playing and stuff as well. All Jamaican folks, hey, Caribbean people getting into it. And it was just a lot of fun. So it's a great game that anybody can pick up and anybody can play. And you'd be surprised how good you get in a really short space of time. In sports like this, where you have to like stop and move quickly, and you kind of do that type of movement, are very good, like high intensity workouts, right? Because you kind of get in the position to receive the ball, but then you've got to be able to move and stop quickly and pivot. And so, yeah, get out there. The only thing you got to be careful of, somebody said to me, they saw some orthopedic surgeons advertising at the pickleball court saying basically, oh yeah, injured yourself this weekend, pickleball, come and see us. Because a lot of people don't really warm up and stuff. And so you go from being sedentary to all of a sudden being a warrior in the pickleball court. And John Lewis says cripple ball. So yeah, you can injure yourself. A lot of people have, all sorts of torn ACL muscles and God knows what else, but he's into it. and make sure that you're going to, do other stuff to strengthen those leg muscles in particular. But some people played and they've lost so much weight. I've got a friend, he's a lawyer. He's lost like 60 pounds or something playing. I mean, he's on the court and it really helps him shred some of that excess weight. Yes, this is what we were just talking about, Edwin, in terms of the importance of the leg muscles, especially, as you say, the calf muscles and the upper muscles as well, being very, very important to your overall longevity. Philip says, when are you and John going to play pickleball? Well, I hate to say it, but John does not look like he plays any sports. Football, maybe? I don't know. But he looks like he is living his best life where he is doing no form of exercising whatsoever. Good morning, Barbara, joining us from a chilly public holiday, UK. What's the holiday in the UK today? You guys are celebrating a holiday as well. Waking Up, the Cayman Islands, says that they're also from the UK, or in the UK. Please note that we're studying hard and smart. Good for you. Present. Thank you for checking in, YouTuber. So listen, let's talk about road safety for a second. And the amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? Of people out there breaking the rules, doing as they wish. And then how many of you are actually out there making excuses for them? I just have to shake my head. Okay. So listen to me now. I was driving the other day and it was me that was driving that caught John on, by the way, let's take a pin. Have you guys noticed somebody else caught some bad drivers and everybody is like starting to have the cameras that I'm bringing in? Thank you, because they are a lifesaver. So that lady had her Van True camera. I noticed the little thing at the bottom. Good. I'm bringing some more in because we're all sold out now. And so I'm going to have some more, hopefully another week or so. You need to have a dash cam in your car because trust me, you see some stuff on the roadway and nobody would believe you. Just like y'all don't believe that was John. No one would believe you unless you have the proof. And honey, child, I was talking on the phone to somebody, but I have got my proof in hand. Hold on now. Let me show y'all. Let me find the video. So I was driving on Friday, I think it was, yes. And all of a sudden, I come to the little roundabout. I pause like I'm supposed to. By the way, you could hear my voice on the original video. And I'm happy to tell you all that I was hands-free. No one said you can't talk on the phone, but the rules are you can't have the phone in your hand up to your ear like this talking on it. You have to be hands-free. So I wasn't talking to a person. I was actually sending a voice note difference. And so you can hit the speaker button and send your voice note. Or, some of us got a little bit more technology in the cars, not bragging, just saying. And then you can tell it, like when someone sends you, they'll say, what's that message from so-and-so? Reply. And I would say, yes. And it'll read the voice note to me. And then, or the voice message, or read a message, even if it's text really. And then I can reply with a note. Anyway, I was there minding my own business and I saw this little kind of, it's not a red car. I guess that's is it burgundy car? I don't know what color this is, but it drives by me and it's none other than John with a phone crooked up to his neck and chatting on the phone. Now y'all like, oh, Sandy, elections is over. Just leave the man alone. Who cares? Well, to me, this has nothing to do with elections. And perhaps that's why you guys are all up in your feelings looking excuses for this man. So here I am. I yield as the sign says. You see, during 0 miles per hour, you can see the time and everything. Although I think that clock is actually off, I think I need to fix my clock. What? The time is actually off on that. Because it was like 1 something in the afternoon. I only know that because I had a 2 o'clock appointment and I was going to be late for my 2 o'clock appointment. I got to check my time. That's off. So anywho, I actually looked at the time on my car to make a mental note of the time when I saw him driving by. And that's something like, well, Dana John. What would I gain from saying that I saw this man on his phone with the phone up to his neck? See, I'm going to pause it when it's him. Here, hold on. The trucks were coming through. There he is, right there. You could zoom in. I assure you. You could zoom in and see that it's him. I know it's a little bit dark in there, but you could zoom in and see that that was him. And he was on his phone the whole time. And then I happened to pretty much got behind him. And with my little remote control that I have in my car, I was able to take a few more snapshots. License plate number, type of vehicle. He's in a rental from Andy's Rental. That was him. I don't have any reason to lie on this man. And this has nothing to do with the elections, folks, but this has everything to do with road safety. Here we are crying down every single day the number of car accidents on our roadway. And the number of you that were sitting there defending this man, oh, just because it's John, we gonna give him a pass. I don't care. This is what y'all fail to realize. I actually don't care who it is. I mean, okay, it happened to have been John then. But I have reported, I've caught police officers before. Go check on the CMR page. For years, we catch people and we report it, post it up and report it. And, it is what it is. So, folks, let me assure you that we have no skin in this game lying in anyone, but you guys are some of the worst, and I do mean worst, drivers I have ever seen. You're distracted. You don't care. You're careless. I mean, it is just deplorable what I see on the roadway. Irvelin, when I get the next stock, just remind me. I'll definitely let you guys know. And so, I don't know what y'all defending him for. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, truly. All right. So he was one of many bad drivers over the last couple of days. And here's the other thing that I think a lot of you seem to have forgotten. This man has actually caused, well, thank God they were singular vehicle accidents. Of course, he's the cause of it. He has been involved in multiple accidents, at least 2, where he's totaled cars. One happened to have been a government vehicle, which is very, very unfortunate. And so those of you giving him excuses, I think, are y'all paying attention? I mean, are you really, here's what Stephanie Hunt said. One thing, on a take set pun the man like coolie, duppy to ras breda. No, we're not set on the man. How about if he just followed the rules? Is it that difficult? Renly Ebank says, if this was the evidence for a court case, it'd be dismissed immediately in the fact that he cannot be identified as a driver. Of course he can be identified. Number one, I can give a statement unequivocally stating that that was him, and there's no reason for me to lie. If you have the ability to zoom in on the dash cam, you could see that that was him. And number two, surely Andy's Rental knows exactly who was renting that car with that license plate, which I have another photograph of. And this is a traffic offense, by the way. But you see, the next time he ends up killing somebody on the roadway, or the time that he does, and it's your family member, or if it's you, then I want to see how y'all gonna be defending him. Because this is the foolishness. Y'all keep defending people like this. And, when something really hits the fan, then it's like, oh, John should have been doing that, doing this, whatever. I just hope it's not your family member that ends up losing their life on the roadway. This is how serious we need to be taking these types of infractions. Look at this one. This is a cyclist on the roadway. The cyclist is doing 26 miles per hour. And that guy swooshed by him doing 70 miles an hour on West Bay Road. Like it's nobody's business. 70 miles an hour. Look at that. At 5:21 in the morning. Come on, folks. The speed limit is not 70 miles an hour on West Bay Road. I can tell you that. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Morning, dear. How are you?
You missed the most important element that would get him convicted.
What's that?
The telephone company
Oh.
can tell when you press a button on your phone.
Ah, there you
They
go.
can tell the location that you press the button. So if you press the button on location A doing 40 miles an hour, location B, location C, and you had to be moving at least. So
Yeah, I mean,
then the question becomes, well, who else would be using your phone?
yes. And who else was driving that vehicle? Because he was the only one that was actually in the vehicle at that particular time. People are just, listen, people look for excuses because, again, when someone is likable, and I'm going to transition and talk about another arrest and charges, when someone is likable, we seem to be very, very happy excusing all of their bad behavior. And you cannot do that. I keep saying, listen, likable people do bad things. Good people do bad things, make poor decisions. You know, it's not like I'm trying to condemn the man to hell, but God knows he does a lot of really bad things. And people seem to be all too happy ignoring it just because they like the guy.
And that's why they don't hold governments accountable either.
Exactly.
Anyhow, take care.
Thank you, Danny. And that's it, you know. I don't, at the end of the day, I don't care who you are. You know, you got to follow the rules. And sometimes it's the simple things because in my mind, if you're not motivated to follow the simple rules in life, what makes you think you're going to follow any of the more complicated rules? Not for nothing, but I'm just saying. Let's think about that in our heads for a second and see exactly how that works. Don't be a lawbreaker when you're supposed to be a lawmaker. I'm just saying. All right, so this dude, I don't know who this one was. Unfortunately, they have a camera on there, and this is such a good idea, having a camera on your, looks like it's a Garmin, on your bicycle. So those of these guys who are out there cycling, please get your cameras too. You know, because this demonstrates, number one, it shows the location, shows what speeds he was doing. You've got the longitude, latitude, the speeds that were being done. And of course, this guy flying by like a bat out of hell. My goodness. Anywho, there was more madness on the roadway. Let me show you this other video that someone shared with us. Again, everybody's got their little cameras out, so they're recording stuff. Listen, maybe tomorrow, the second half, we'll play what the police commissioner said about the poor driving on Cayman roadways. Because I can tell you that he has said, basically, we have got the worst drivers here. Somehow y'all are qualifying for a driver's license, but that does not mean that you are driving with any degree of concern on the roadways. And that's why we're having so many accidents, why we're having so many fatalities and so forth. Last year, we had 14 fatalities. If we had had one more, it would have broken the all-time record for the Cayman Islands. Caymanians, I am begging you all, please, not just Caymanians, all of you, stop driving like you're crazy. Okay? Just a little bit of following the road rules. Look at this guy, right? Let me show y'all this one now. And again, the audience, AKA you all, fixated on all the wrong things. When someone highlights, oh my God, look at this video. Look at how this person's driving. Y'all are like, well, you were doing 49 and a 40. Really? Okay. Surely they would have gotten a ticket if the police had stopped them. But have a look at what they sent in and what they were concerned about that happened right in front of them. Look here. So yes, they're doing 49. They went down to 47. And look here. Look at this guy. Just pulls out right. They didn't actually say it. They stopped. But I mean, seriously, pulled out and right in front of them like that. That could have easily been a collision. How do you not know? And this seems like a pretty busy thoroughway. I don't know exactly where they are. I wonder if they have the lens cap on their, you see how they're getting a lot of glare, a lot of feedback because of the sun? Shameless plug here. But one of the reasons why when you get my my package that it includes that polarized lens is because it cuts down on this glare. So I don't know who this person is, but if you didn't get a polarized lens, maybe you reach out to me because we've made this a 5-kit bundle for a reason. And all of that, because, you know, we live in a sunny environment, all of that glare on the camera, you know, you want to have this type of image even when it's very, very sunny. So that polarized lens goes on top of the native lens on the Vantru, and you cut down on some of this. So check me if you don't have the lens. I can get you sorted out. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing this morning?
Not bad. How are you?
I am blessed. And good morning, Kim Ann.
Good morning.
I'm hearing a lot about driving, and we need to talk some more about parking. How people choose to park.
It's horrible.
In the community, we have people blocking the garbage, so the garbage truck can't pick up the garbage. There's some places that the garbage truck can't get into because of police parked on both sides of the road.
Yeah.
The ambulance, we're having a problem with the ambulance driver reaching people in a timely manner because they can't cross cars. We have the fire truck who can't get into certain areas because they're blocking the road. Some areas, the roads are narrow, I agree, but when you have cars parked on the side of the road again, it is a problem. Somebody's going to burn down. Somebody's going to die because the ambulance, they can't get the services. They required in a timely manner. Just recently, I had enough. I went down Woodpecker Lane. I saw this lady parked in the middle of the road.
Where's Woodpecker?
Woodpecker is in the Washington Boulevard area.
Okay.
And that's a narrow lane again. Not only was she parked in the middle of the lane, she had her car door wide open with her daughter in the car, and she's next door talking. I had enough.
Wow.
And I don't really post like that, but I had to put her up because it should be. And then afterwards, she wanted to come trace me. You know, she's on the road where I went, and she wanted to come trace me. I didn't even answer her because she knew that she was wrong. Anyway, that's what we need to talk about, all this parking from illegal garages and also tenement yards. If you have your tenement, I think you need to find place for them to park. If you have up your prestigious wall, kick your wall down, or your tenants or your wall needs to go. And that's my 2 cents. Continue listening to your show. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, I mean, there's some areas that have Washington Boulevard area, Windsor Park. I get complaints about Windsor Park all the time because the roads are not the widest. They're relatively narrow. And the population density, I'd like to know, hold on one second. Sorry. The population density in those areas is quite significant. And, you know, people have taken a home that was originally built maybe for 4 people occupancy or 2-person occupancy, added on. And there's simply not enough parking for that many because everybody has to have a car, you know, and it's wild. It is absolutely wild. And so what some people need to do, because when they originally built the house, as that caller said, they had like a brick wall in the front. Knock down your brick walls to accommodate parking. You don't have to start thinking. I mean, yes, you want to make a little bit of money off of your homes and planning. God knows planning isn't stopping you from doing so, but you got to do a better job of it. You should not be inconveniencing your neighbors to the point where their lives are at risk. Because once again, look at the width of those roads. And if cars are blocking on the side, there is no way that emergency vehicles, particularly an ambulance and fire service, can ever get through to those homes and past those vehicles. And so that's a problem. But we see people do the same thing. Hurricane season. They go park their vehicles on the bridge, knowing full well that they're not supposed to do that. And they do it anyway. Now, I hope the NRA is listening this morning, because NRA, hurricane season's coming. We're expected to have a pretty active season. I think they said we're going to have, I forget how many named storms, but at least, 5 or 6 major storms. So we'll have 1 or 2 that's going to impact Cayman. From now, put up the signage there that says no parking from now. And if you park, you will be towed. And start towing and ticketing those vehicles the next time anybody parks on the bridge. Because it only takes one person to start it, and then everybody follows suit, because it's like dummy see, dummy do, right? And you're like, well, they're not going to ticket all of us. That seems to be the mentality. You need to ticket all of them and send a very, very clear message the next time they do it. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning, honey child. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. That is exactly what I was saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember years ago, you parked on Dr. Royd's Drive.
Mm-hmm.
You just came back out and you see this ticket just taped to your vehicle.
Yes.
All these community has community police. They should just take the ticket and listen. I can guarantee after a week and 10 or 15 people getting tickets, you won't see any more vehicle parking there. They will find adequate place.
Yep, that's right. That is right. Do it. As a matter of fact, someone was telling me that there's a house down School Road close to Georgetown Primary, that's exactly what happened. The second that the 4 of his tenants all got a ticket one day, I tell you what, couple hours later, he was knocking down the wall in front of his residence in order to allow them to park in the yard. Hello. It was that simple. RCIPS, start ticketing people. Go down in Windsor Park one night. Y'all need money. I have an easy way for you to make money. Start going and ticketing these people. It's as simple as that. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, honey child.
I know your ears must have been burning this morning.
Kaboom, 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 a million kabooms.
Mm-hmm.
The only time you find the police doing anything of ticketing is when there's a police meeting or a conference that they have to give a report, so they can say, well, we went this way and we ticket this people, we raid this place, we found guns, we found drugs, and after that meeting, they're going back dormant. The problem we have in the Cayman Islands here today for years is our police. And you cannot be a part of the solution when you yourself is a part of the problem. I've been trying to sink that into Commissioner Kirk Walton head from the day I sat with him after he took over being the police commissioner, and he don't listen. He himself do not care what his officers do. It's like I say, he knows how they walk, how they talk, how they think, he knows everything about them. He knows everything about his team. And he knows that they're incompetent. Some of them are incompetent. Now, don't get me wrong. You have some good officers on that force. You have a few good officers, but the majority of them is incompetent. You hear what I'm telling you? Look at there was one that the commissioner has as his pet. His name is Kern. He don't know A from Bullfoot regarding our laws, and they put him as sergeant. We have so many officers like Byron Morgan, who is well qualified to be sergeant. They put this white man in sergeant position. He don't know crap about our laws. He just cares You understand? So I don't know what's gonna happen to us here in the Cayman Islands, but you child, let me tell you, we need some good quality police officers because what we have right now is quantity, not quality. You understand? You take a drive, and I gotta call you out too because you is another one. Look at how many times I have been begging Sandy come and go out in my communities and see what's going on because I know it come in like they're scared of you more than they're scared of my mouth because they don't pay my mouth no mind no more. And I've been begging and begging you. I got fired you the last thing I
Lord
do.
Jesus.
I am gonna have you fired from CMR. I'm seeking matter of fact, I got to find some compass to put the ad out that we need some water for CMR because then you yourself is
Miss Amelia, why you don't try and behave yourself?
honest,
Oh God.
on a serious note, I really would like you to please find some time to come out and go into our communities with me so you can video all what we have been going through for years, and the police has been turning a blind eye. When I say they hogs up the stop sign, take a check on July Street. Oh, every blessed night, the corner is taken up, the stop sign is taken up, and the police is in and out, or sidewalks are parked on, and the police drives through and don't do a thing. Pick up at that, traffic cops at that passes through our communities and doesn't have anything to do. One time I chased one down. I said, you didn't just see that car park on that corner? You don't see what time it is. At 10 o'clock at night. I said,
So what difference does it make what time it is?
You see it? When they're ready, you find the police themselves running stop signs and
Lord Jesus.
almost creating that. And I sink my car horn at them. They walk them stop in the middle of the road, and I make signs to them, come on out, honey child. Come on out. But the person and the lady in the seat with him, she told him, no, go ahead. I don't know if she recognized who I was. And she told him, go ahead. And he drove off. And I went to the station, I made the report. I went PSU and I made the report. You child, and up to this blessed day, there's no response from PSU. PSU is police investigating police. They needed a different agency to investigate police because and how you gonna have police investigating police and it don't go no way. Look at the situation with Sergeant Montague. Where Sergeant Montague attacked me over 2 years ago, verbally attacked me regarding information that Richard Sims sent to him. You child, up to this blessed day, yes, you not get that solved. Up to this blessed day, there have been no accountability held. Huh? What kind of officers we got? What kind of police? And then they have the guts to want to go to demand or to ask for more budget? To do what? To do what with these incompetent police we have here? I told our deputy premier I need him to sit down and I need to be in that meeting. And I am going to hold my deputy premier accountable to sit and have a word with Kirk Walton and get these things straight. Him and a governor. Because it's the governor who is in charge of the police force. And if she can't do her job well, she needs to find BA. She needs to find BA, and she cannot do what she's supposed to do here. And if she's not taking, it's not that she don't know. If she didn't know, then I would say, well, she didn't know, but she knows. I personally and my team brought it to her. She is aware of this situation with the police, and nothing is being done. Nothing.
All right, my
so
dear.
Corrupted.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
But
and yes, I appreciate it, darling. And one of the things that is interesting, because I had another homeowner just say to me a couple days ago that, Sandy, unfortunately, they recognize that one of the issues is that apparently, listen to this now, if they call and report anything to the police down in Windsor Park, there's someone in that area that, let me just put this. There's someone in that area who actually is like family to police officer, whatever. And then next thing you know, they know exactly who called to report the illegal gambling and illegal drinking and the loud partying at night and whatever. Because right in Windsor Park, there are family members to people who police. You see, this is sometimes why police don't want to hire certain Caymanians, you know, because y'all be blabbering your mouth because, oh, my aunt is police or this one's police or whatever. And you're blabbing your mouth talking to people. Well, who called? Who made that complaint? Who called it in? I said, listen, that's why I don't make complaints to certain people, you know. I can send an email and it going straight to the top. And then he can turn around and decide who to assign it to. But you shouldn't have to do that. And those of you officers who keep divulging who has called and who has made the complaint, y'all need to start losing your jobs. Seriously. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, here's another jackass of the day when it comes to traffic violations. Now, this is private property, so I'm not too sure if the RCIPS can actually ticket this person, but here's this person in this nice white Mercedes-Benz, license plate number 208618, looks like, yeah, parked on the sidewalk at Foster's. And once again, I am shocked and appalled at the number of you who didn't seem to, someone tell me that. The number of you who don't seem to care about being law-abiding citizens. And somebody said, listen, if someone is in a wheelchair, right, this is how they would access safely the crosswalk to get across to go into the grocery store. You guys have no consideration for anybody else. Lavana says, please, please, please come Windsor Park and give out tickets. I'm so sick of this now. Write the damn tickets and stop calling the violators to move their cars. Ticket them. It only gonna take you once or twice of ticketing people down Windsor Park. And trust me, they gonna find somebody yard to park in. Please grow some testicular fortitude. It cannot be that difficult to issue tickets. Hit people where it hurts. Speaking of where it hurts, hold on, let me show y'all something, because this one is quite shocking. And let me see here now. This was yesterday. I was driving out to East End. Big shout out to Ozzy. He had some nice Cayman style lobster yesterday. It was delicious. Not only was it delicious, but the quantities given, very good. Thank you, sir, for not skimping on the lobster. Because listen, I don't mind paying good money for food, but don't y'all be skimping now on my portion sizes. I was able to get 2 meals out of it. I had some for lunch, and then I turned around later on and had some for dinner. Had leftovers. Very, very delicious. And big shout out for Jimian. Jimian has his little roast Sundays, sorry. And so I got some of the roast conch, which I'll probably have later on today, and his soup. Oh, his conch soup is so delicious. The best. All right, look here now. I'm going to pick another bone with you all. When you get in a car accident, because y'all don't know how to drive, careless, drunk driving and the likes, right? You leave your vehicles on the roadway for months at a time, making our roads look like the biggest eyesore. Now, this vehicle has been there at least, I would say, 2 weeks, because I've seen it more than once. When I was going out yesterday, I said to myself, I'm sick and tired of seeing this vehicle on the road. Come and pick up your ugly car. Okay? You smashed it up. Look at this. I looked inside. I'm surprised this person's alive. I'm going to be honest with you. Windshield all mashed up. Inside, the airbag deployed. Half the front is missing. Look like half the engine is missing. The parts of the vehicle all over the front seat. But they have left this there. How much longer are we going to have to tolerate seeing this vehicle parked on the roadway as you head out to Frank Sound? Another Honda Fit, poor Honda Fits. My God, y'all mashed them up like I don't know what. But seriously, how much longer are we going to have to tolerate this? Do you think this looks good on our Cayman roads? So I stopped by, took a few pictures, glove compartment all mashed up and open. So I said, oh, well, since you're going to leave it on the roadway, let me go ahead and see all the documents that you've left there. Cause now you obviously don't care. And you come, Stacy, you obviously don't care and you've left it there for everybody to see. So I have his name, Lawrence. What his name is? Okunwo Aka. Please go and pick up your vehicle. Okay. By the way, just message me when you're done and I can send money to pay for the visit. Yeah. Just text me how much the bill is. They can probably put it in my account, but let me know. All right. So look at this. Here's the funny thing about this. The dude apparently had already paid for a ticket. Not surprised that he's paying for a fine when he can't even drive. $320. Dude, come and pick up your vehicle. Pick up your vehicle. Get it. It is an eyesore on Cayman roadways. Now, you're the one who decided to leave the vehicle there on the side of the road. So don't be running to FOI people and talking about, oh, Sandy, showing my personal information. Well, you left it on the side of the road for everybody to see. So I'm just saying, okay. Somebody made mention that Damien said the fire departments have bulldozers, especially for ramming through parked cars that block roads. Yes, but fire might have that, but the ambulatory rescue doesn't have it. And when it's an emergency, every minute counts. So to have to turn around and call for fire service to come through and move vehicles in order to get to someone having a heart attack, by the time you get to them, the people them dead. So what sense is that going to make? Jim says, how many times has the RCIPS driven by this wrecked vehicle? God only knows. God only knows. Because like I said, the dude actually left, the glove compartment is open. His documents are right there. So we know who the person is. So I will be posting this one. I will be posting this one up and asking Mr. Aka, or whatever the heck his name is, to please come and get your vehicles or your vehicle. Sick and tired of y'all now. And yes, if we have to call each and every one of you out, we will gladly do so. Clean up the Cayman Islands. Not to mention the environmental hazard that sometimes these things are sitting there leaking oil into the ground and all sorts of stuff. Call a tow truck. How much is a tow truck these days? $150? I don't really know. But whatever they are, call a tow truck and move this eyesore off of our streets. And if DEH has to arrange to pick it up, they should charge you double the price. Jim says, Detective Sandy. I'm just sick and tired of this foolishness. All right. Isle says, who was fighting this weekend? All right, let's move on. I have to stop on time today because I'm in court. We have jury selection for my trial. Hopefully this is the last one for a hot minute. RCIPS, please leave me the hell alone. While y'all fooling with me, you could be out here fighting some real crime. I'm just saying. So this is the one with John Felder now. So jury selection is today. So I'll be there in my finest, with my finest face. Good morning, Carla.
Morning.
Yes, sir.
One more thing before you move on. What does the law say about whether police officers have the power to order a vehicle that's improperly parked to be towed away?
They always seem to be confused because they're like, oh, it's between them and DEH, but DEH is the one who really does it and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, ugh, figure it out already.
And in other words, they can't say to DEH, this
I'm
is
sure they can.
Violation of law.
I'm sure they can.
Well, maybe we need police officers who are a little more capable of thinking. All right.
Thank you so much. Well, that would be helpful. A lot of them seem to be scared of the law, which they are charged with enforcing. And so, yeah, there's that. Get it together, RCIPS. And I don't care. Listen, I don't care if it's DH or RCIPS. I ultimately don't care who's responsible. Just move the cars and then charge the people. Oh, that red Honda Fit. I'm hearing that person didn't have. Is that a woman? I thought that was a man's name. Is that a woman then? I'm hearing that person didn't even have a driver's license. Really? Okay. NC, National Coalition for Caymanians, NCFC. We like how you're coming in like a wrecking ball. You're going to clean up immigration. Love it. You can do more than one thing at a time. Let us clean up the traffic situation all the way around. You see what the police commissioner said during his annual statistical meeting. Traffic offenses are out the window, right? And so on and so forth. We almost broke the record for road fatalities. We got to do better. So do your part with making our roadways safer. And the one thing that you need to do is clean up the legislation. It's as simple as that. Now, let's make it very clear. Oh, it was a female driver. All right, we're gonna be naming them both, honey child. So, you know, clean up the legislation to make it a no-brainer. If you can't move your vehicle within, we'll give you 24 hours of a non-fatal incident, because if it's a fatal incident, the police are the ones who are moving it. And if you can't move it in that amount of time, then it is going to, you know, it's going to be moved for you at your expense. And you don't get another car. You can't transfer another vehicle. You can't get another license until you do something about it. The other thing that you need to clean up is that every time somebody purchases a vehicle, the ability to be able to leave said vehicle in their name without affecting the transfer should now be unlawful. That should be a criminal offense. And you know what the police commissioner said? He said, listen here now, you don't pay attention. If we start to make these, and I wholeheartedly agree with him, if we start to make these traffic offenses actually criminal offenses, all the DUIs and all this sort of stuff, that's where you hit people where it matters. Because all of a sudden now you have a criminal offense, you can't get a clean police record, you can't get visas to travel here, there, and everywhere. I bet you're gonna straighten up yourself. You're gonna stop drinking and driving on our roadways. John, Vaseline King. Okay? You're gonna start paying attention. You're gonna start slowing down, stop running into light poles. All of you. I agree with him wholeheartedly. My apologies. Make it a criminal offense. Time to clean it up. Thank you, Commissioner. He says in law, there's very limited power that they have because all these offenses are considered, oh, it's just a traffic offense. It doesn't really impact you in any way. You pay the fine. God knows some of y'all going to jail for it. And that's it. All right. Spray them with, let me see. No crazy drivers to worry about. The police know better. They put up police tape at scenes and days later, it's still lying on the roadside. I have called them a few times and asked them to go and pick it up because they were littering. Lord Jesus. Next time you just report them to CMR and I bet you I get done pretty quickly. Shameful. Shameful. Wow. All right, let's move on to the fights. So some of you were out in these streets. I should probably, let me do a profanity check here on these because I know y'all be out here cursing, carrying on like fools. But anyway, let me talk about the first one first. So on Saturday, went with some friends. By the way, hold on a second. Before I go too far, let me ask my team to do a profanity check for me, please. Before I go too far, we did the bus tour for Cayman Art Week. If you missed Cayman Art Week this year, you missed a phenomenal time. The bus tour was so lovely on Saturday. OMG, I had a fantastic time. This is a little thing of all of the different locations that we went to. Check it out. Oh gosh, can you see it? It's kind of, the coloring is kind of hard to see. But anyway, we went to all these locations. It's hard for you guys to see the ink. Anyway, we started out, they picked us up at the National Gallery. We went to Pure Art Gallery, which I haven't been to in years. And not for nothing, but Pure Art Gallery is a treasure trove of all sorts of stuff. So they sell a lot of local artists' works there. You guys got to go check it out. It's huge. You pass that little house and you think, oh, they just have one or two little things in there. Oh my God, they had a lot of stuff. And there's an artist who is using Caymanite to create things. There was like a stingray, which I loved. It's like a little, stingray sculpture piece that you could put like on a table or something like that. I loved it. I think they had a turtle, a stingray. Daniel Ebanks, it's his brother-in-law. Daniel, big shout out to your brother-in-law. Very, very talented. So I want to go back to some of these places and look at some pieces that I have my eyes on when my budget permits me to do so. Scott Swing Studio, beautiful. Miss Lassie's at Mines Ice Center there in South Sound, loved it. We went to Harbor Walk. We did the Visual Art Society at Pedro Castle. I had no idea that they were even there. So Gigi was so into it. We took the whole family, honey child. Everybody went, friends, family. It was fantastic. And so she actually wants to do a summer camp with art this summer. So we're going to sign her up for some summer camp stuff. She says she wants to be an artist. She really loves drawing and all things art and looking at art. And, even if she doesn't become an artist, that can be an amazing hobby. And I think just having a love and appreciation of art is so wonderful. Big shout out to Kay Smith Studio. Oh, Kay, I loved your studio. And I got my eyes on a couple of your pieces. I saw some stuff there that I thought, ooh, Marlon is going to like these. In fact, let me see. Hold on. Let me show you some pictures. Don't y'all go steal my art now. I'm not showing you these to go run and buy them from Kay because I'm going to buy them. Hold on, honey child. They were beautiful. So let me show you a few of the pieces that I saw that I really, really liked. Hold on. And oh my gosh, this one is so beautiful. Hold on, let me show you this. Absolutely loved it. This one I think I'm gonna buy. This one I need to somehow budget for this one. But look at this piece. Look at this piece. This is so gorgeous. The picture doesn't even do it justice. But look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, look. It's like, I think it's fabric and it's got nice sparkly parts in it. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I figure I'm going to find a spot somewhere. All the artwork in her house is from local artists in her home. And so I'm looking to maybe add a little bit more, but I loved this piece. I'm thinking, wow, this is a pop piece, like maybe in the dining room or something. I don't know. I'm going to find a location for this. And then I saw a couple things that I thought Marlon would like, actually, around some of the things that he's into, Star Wars and that sort of thing. But let me show you. Kay is so talented. The type of art is varied and different. And oh my God, K-Man has amazing talent on this island. Really and truly. Some people do sculptures. Miss Lassie, of course, you guys know that she was motivated by, a visionary artist. She was motivated by a dream or a vision that she had around religion, and her art has so much meaning. But look at this one. Isn't that cool? I was just like, wow. I saw some amazing, I'm going to put together a little video of our tour on Saturday, but check this one out. That is so nice. Oh my gosh. Talented, absolutely talented people. All the artists I thought did a phenomenal job. So big shout out to the National Gallery and Miss Natalie for putting this on, because it really, gave people an opportunity to get out there. We also went to Grand Bella's there in North Side. We did the Beam Reach Studio, and then there was one at Indigo Bay on the way back. Thank all of you for participating in Cayman Art Week. And it was just a wonderful opportunity for a lot of the local artwork to be, here Amelia, but she got her eyes on me. The local art week to be showcased. Or Amelia talking about, oh, you can do an art tour, but not a community tour. Mr. Amelia, if it's any consolation, I was being driven in a bus. I didn't have to drive myself. And so that certainly helps. I just showed up. Yes, honey child, I showed up and and that was that. But it was phenomenal. It was just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Don't be a jelly belly, Mr. Amelia. That's what we call jealous people around here, jelly belly. Don't be a jelly belly. I will get to you, but that requires a different kind of, and listen, I know that when I come to you, child, you better feed me because that's going to be an all day something. Lord have mercy. That's going to be an all day tour with Mr. Amelia down Windsor Park. You better have me some turned mangoes or something. No, sir. Oh, good morning, E. Williams. Anyway, let's move on. So after that, we then went to the cinema. And, the movie, what's it called? Lilo and Stitch came out on Friday, the new movie. And so my daughter is a Lilo and Stitch fanatic. You just need to see her room, honey child. Lilo and Stitch posters, Lilo and Stitch, everything, Lilo and Stitch, everything, Lilo and Stitch, clothing, hats, handbag, everything. She's going through a phase right now. It's all about Lilo and Stitch. And now that the movie's out, of course, we had to go see the movie. So we went and saw the movie. It was good. Lots of fun. Parts of it made me cry. It was like some sad parts. Oh, no. But it was a great movie. As I come out of the cinema, all of a sudden I'm getting messages about, oh my gosh, this is happening and that's happening and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There was a fight at the cinema. And I said, oh, Jesus. One of her partners, I say partners, but everything 345, we know the guys over there. And so sometimes we share material, we talk to each other, we're friends. And they had up the video. Well, it wasn't long before I got the video. But I also got a phone call from one of my colleagues in the, I say colleagues like they're, in the space of keeping us informed of what's happening. They do work for the DART organization. They called me. They said, Sandy, it's only going to be a matter of time before you get a video of a fight in the cinema. And I said, oh, yes, I've already seen a video posted. And no doubt I'll be getting more. So Lilo and Stitch was in multiple theaters showing almost at the same time. So not in our theater, but in another theater, there was an incident that happened. And people, of course, recorded it. They recorded the inside. I got about 3 different videos. They recorded the inside, the outside incident. The police had to be called. The police were arrested. Blah, blah. It blew up into a thing. So there were people who were, I saw someone posted in the women's group saying, why, DART, y'all need to do better. Cayman Bay, you need to do a better job. Why did it take so long for the police to get there and security and this and that and whatever? Mm-hmm. So the person called and they said, Sandy, I want to put some context to what happened. The young man is autistic. And so apparently there was something in the movie, don't know what scene, that triggered him. And this can happen. That's why, I've told you guys before that sometimes when we go to Miami, there is a arts place there that does like performance plays and stuff like that. And they are designed to be, they do auditory, sensory something, but they adjust it for people who might be on the spectrum, who might be autistic or have, certain issues. Like they'll adjust the music, they'll adjust, like they won't use strobe lighting and just different things that they do to make it friendly and accommodating to those individuals. So it's less likely to trigger them. And I thought, wow, this is wonderful. Just kids who are not autistic and whatever can go and enjoy it as well. But they've taken into consideration those people who have special needs like that. So apparently there was something in the movie that triggered this young man, and that's what happened. And his father was there with him, and the father was trying to control the situation. Oh, wow. That's so sad. I'm so sorry that happened to him. I don't know, exactly what it would have been that triggered him. But having heard that, I said, okay, this is where now, we're not going to post this video up. We're going to go ahead and give this young man the benefit of the doubt, given the circumstances, and, just hope that whatever is going on with him, it can be quickly resolved. So yes, the police had to intervene and offer the father some assistance. I don't know if you've ever seen someone who's like autistic or sometimes just has, some special needs, have an episode. I certainly have seen it. And, we can judge because we're not in that situation and we don't understand. But sometimes these kids, even if their kids are young adults, they have a lot of strength and, they're able to almost have superhuman power, to be honest. So, I can't judge. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have to deal with a child like that. And so my heart goes out to the young man as well as his father, who are having to essentially, deal with this very traumatic situation. So we decided in the circumstances that we were definitely not going to post it and make this a worse situation. Hopefully he's doing much better. So sad. Okay. Lucky Body asked me if he hit anybody. I'm not even sure because I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually look at the videos because I was so busy that I didn't look at them. So I kind of almost don't want to be honest. I'll look at them later, but I don't know. Yeah, it was just sad. When I heard the backstory, it just made me very, very sad to even hear that. Let me see if I can see. This one's 27 seconds. Let me see. It's pretty dark, actually. So, I mean, there's a lot of people up trying to stop him. Yeah, I mean, looks like there was something. Yeah, there was some sort of definitely physical. Yeah. You see, he might have been, and the people in the cinema, of course, had no idea that he's autistic. They don't know what's going on. And they have a thing outside with him being arrested with the police and handcuffs, security's there. Oh, I guess that's his dad kind of walking up now. Wow, it's sad. Very, very sad situation. Yeah. Okay. I'm sad, very sad to hear. And of course, in this day and age, everybody's recording stuff. Believe me. Oh, there's his shoe. The dad has a shoe in his hand. Oh my goodness. Poor thing. It is very sad because, but for the grace of God, so many of us could have a child that has special needs. And so, we can't, we can only offer our sympathy, I think, in situations like this. I think that was his father. Gabby said he hit a father that was wearing a blue shirt. His father, let me see now. Oh no, his father looks like he's wearing a black shirt with white writing on it. So yeah, my goodness, what a mess. So Justice says the first thing people do is blame the police and not knowing the man's problem. Yeah, that was a little quick to judgment there. But all right. So what you gonna do? Just a sad situation there. But hopefully, he's getting some help. And you got to be careful. I think if you have autistic children or you have children who have these types of issues, you've got to be careful because not every movie is appropriate for them. Listen, this movie had a very good ending, but sometimes movies like this are sad. Like I was getting all teary-eyed during a couple portions, and her daughter, she's only 8, but there are times when she goes to a kid-friendly movie, and when they show like the sad part, she gets very, very sad. Like she is definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? She takes on sadness, I think, very, very easily. So, you know, and you'll notice it because she'll come to you and all of a sudden be like, can I just sit on your lap? Or she doesn't want to look at the screen. She kind of want to buries her head a little bit. And we allow her to feel those emotions and be able to do that. And we also remind her, it's just a movie. Although in real life, people suffer every single day. She's an empath. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Richard. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for in my brain. So she's really, really an empath, and she takes on these kind of feelings and stuff. It's like when we lost her dog, for a very, very long time, she was talking about it. She was going around telling everybody how the bad dogs next door killed her Coco, and the police came to arrest them. And she was also blaming herself, like it was her fault because she wanted to go outside walking with him. Oh my goodness. You know, children deal, I think, with grief and stress and stuff in different ways. So, you know, be open to the fact that they don't have the same regulations that we have. You know, I've got 40 something years of trying to regulate my emotions and so on. They don't have that. So they are learning, and movies can be very powerful in how they visually show stuff, right? So there's a scene in the movie, I'm not giving anything away, but there's a scene in the movie where something happens to the little girl. And so I don't know at what point he was triggered, right? So it's, yeah. Marshall says, at least in Cayman, when you call the police on a special needs child, and he's a young man, I think he might even be an adult, but still probably the mental capacity of a child, they get to live. Here in the US, they just shoot them. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yeah. E. Williams says, after the 2 years, if they do not have accidents, they can get a discount on their vehicle insurance. So he's suggesting implementing an additional rule about people, foreign drivers need to take and pass the Cayman driving test. Their vehicle insurance should be higher for 2 years. Well, they do take the test. And apparently, if you listen to what the commissioner says, the test has no indication of how good you will actually be on the road. So people are actually passing the test and still horrible drivers. So there you go. Gabby says, Stitch is about no matter what type of animal you are, you deserve unconditional love. That's what Stitch is about. Well, it also, quite honestly, is also acceptance. Like the movie was really about acceptance. And that, listen, nobody's perfect. In life, people are going to make mistakes. People are going to make poor decisions, even family members, and they deserve another chance. Good morning, caller.
Morning. I just wanted to clarify, when you're talking about foreign drivers coming here and living here and taking the test, is that the written test that they have to take, or do they have to take the driving test as well?
Well, I
think they only take the written.
Well, as far as I know, they do the driving test. And I'm thinking about people from like the Philippines and stuff. I see them all the time out with the driving instructors learning how to drive, supposedly.
Well, yeah, if they've never had a license, but if they've had a license somewhere else.
Oh, they just transfer that. Yeah. But again,
have to take the written test. They should still have to take the driving test because our roads are different.
Listen, the police commissioner has said their ability to take and pass a test has nothing to do with what's happening on the roads. And I mean, he's seen it, so we should be able to take his expert advice on it. He said that's not the problem. Passing a test, written or driving test, is not the issue. It's when they get out there, the recklessness, the foolishness, the talking on your phone like John, the speeding, doing 70 in probably, a 25-mile-per-hour zone. It's that kind of behavior. The drinking and driving is out of control. Those are the behaviors that lead to us having almost a new record for deaths this past year. And several of those happen on that spot straight where people are speeding. And,
And those
three died in one
things
accident,
that
multiple.
they put up haven't changed anything.
Well, he says at least they can't use it as a raceway because now they've tried to put that divider
True.
in there, but there you have it. All right, my dear. Thanks so much. Yes. What a hot mess. All right. So let's talk about, since we're talking about, acceptance of people, we got to talk about this young man here. I was very, very saddened to see a Caymanian young man charged, and he was in court on Friday for murder. Now, I don't know this young man, but I've heard nothing but positive things about him. Everybody's saying, oh my God, they can't believe that this young man would be involved in the murder of his own uncle, of all things. So listen, he's innocent until proven guilty. What we do know is he's been charged with this murder. He was arrested at the airport and charged with it. And so, the RCIPS and the DPP's office will have to prove their case, and we will see what evidence they have. So from the second that Bolo, as he's known, was found, there were suspicions about his death. I mean, they just found him lying there on the ground like the next day kind of thing. And so I know that from early on, the police suspected that there was foul play involved. And then we didn't really hear a whole lot about it. I think in January, they confirmed that it was a murder investigation after he was found unresponsive there on Middle Road. Not far from where, by the way, my home, that I would have grown up in before I left Cayman, right up the street from there. Like 2 steps practically is where this gentleman was found. So very, very sad situation. So it turns out that this is actually his nephew. So sad. All I can tell you guys is there's family drama here. They say that he suffered some fatal injuries, blunt force trauma, contradicting initial assumptions of any sort of natural cause. He didn't just drop down with a heart attack. He was murdered. Now the streets are talking. This young man name is Demezio Frederick. And his mother and Bolo are siblings. So the streets are talking that apparently there was some sort of family dispute over land. The mother had died, like Bolo's mother, and the sister's name was on land or something. And the week before, they were supposed to be in court over this legal dispute over land. So Christopher Johnson, aka Bolo, met his end, the streets are saying, over some sort of dispute. Now, this young man has been working at Caribbean Utilities Company since February 2015. He has a very promising career ahead of him. He's been a unit operator. He was the energy supply supervisor. He has been just systematically advancing within the company. And as we know, Cayman CUC has a reputation for promoting Caymanians and for putting them on a professional path, a trajectory that, allows them a lot of advancement in their organization and a lot of opportunities. And by all accounts, this young man was taking, advantage of that, and he was doing really, really well. So I'm so saddened by this. They arrested him at the airport. Apparently he was here during his Christmas break when this murder happened. And then, he was coming back, I guess, for summer now, and they nabbed him when he came back for summer. So let's wait and see what the investigation reveals, what the case and probably the trial will reveal. Young man, whatever has happened here, if you've made a poor decision, just come clean and, tell the police and the authorities everything that they need to know, because some people are convinced that somebody else would have influenced you in making this really probably spur the moment poor decision. Just clear your conscience, because I can't imagine, if you're the sweetest young man that these people have said, I cannot imagine that you can sleep well at night knowing that your uncle is now dead, potentially, possibly at your hands, if you had any involvement in this at all. Clear your soul, clear your conscience. Let the authorities know exactly what went down and what happened. That's all I can tell you. because you're not going to be able to live a good life if this is on your hands. It will haunt you. All right. So, sad situation. And you never know, I'm not swearing for nobody. You never know what happens. You never know what triggers people. People have killed for far less than land, I can tell you that. So good luck to you. Robbie says, so sad. I know him quite well. Just wish the very best for him and his mom. And sometimes you just have to attune for whatever it is that you may have done and, move on. People will forgive you, even for murder. They're murderers, believe it or not, who have gotten forgiveness. Human beings have a very interesting ability to forgive a lot. So please, honey child, just tell the authorities, the truth. Live your truth, live in your truth, and, clear your conscience on this one. That's all I can tell you, because it's a sad situation. Such a nice looking young man and stuff as well. I don't really know. I know I guess Ed would be his uncle as well. So I remember Ed. I know the grandfather a little bit. And I've actually been to that house because the grandfather is he's in a little bit there in the back. He's one of my customers. And so y'all be trying to kill each other over land. I can tell you something. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Dad laugh. Y'all are lazy and entitled when you sitting there fighting over dad laugh. I am so happy that I have never been in a position where I'm sitting down wondering who gonna be leaving me what, and if I get something, if I don't get something, I don't care. The good Lord has blessed me with half a brain, good work ethic. I'm a hustler in these streets, honey child, and I can get up every day. I've got good health, and I can go and work for myself. And that's how everything that I have, I've been able to earn. And it's a good feeling when you can earn it on your own. So I'm not fighting over nothing that no dead person leaving behind. Nope. Not my battle. Not at all. And it makes people crazy. It's so sad. Instead of them getting up and work for what they want in life, they're trying to fight over what somebody gonna be leaving them behind. And you know how it is. Back in those days, our parents had too many children, 8, 9, 10. So whatever they're gonna leave, you're not gonna be much. You split it and you each get $5. Go relax yourself and try to build your own future for yourself. So Mr. Frederick, good luck to you. What a hot mess. All right, the other fight over the weekend. I was trying to do a little check on it. Oh, okay, so I understand. This one has no profanity. All right, we can play this one then. Lord have mercy. What a mess. Okay, let me see. It's taking a while. So these were adults fighting. Apparently there's some new bar or something called, what's it called? Bliss? Y'all can come up with some names. Clearly they were not finding any bliss. Hold on. Let me send you, there was 3 videos I got. Let me send you the other ones just for a profanity check on these for me. So these look like big, hardback women fighting, probably over man, as usual. Man that probably don't even want them. And they're fighting out in the streets like animals, worse than animals, because I don't see animals not pulling off no wigs, I can tell you that. You gotta see the weave on the ground. Lord have mercy. Y'all, oh my God. Yeah, somebody say, yep, those girls are fighting over a man. Of course they are. Of course. That's not no surprise, honey child. That makes complete sense. That they would be fighting over, and trust me, over some nasty, ugly, no good, fugly, don't want to work man. Yep, that's what they be doing, honey child. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm told that one of the videos has profanity at the end. So let's play the first one that doesn't have any profanity in it. Give me a second. Let me make sure I get the right video now because, off reg gonna be Sandy. You playing a video that had the F word in it. So hold your horses, Off-Reg. It's almost 9:30, but I got to leave on time. So I'll have to mute the other one. But let me see here now. There's this one. And by the way, I got fights about John Gray last week too. They back at it. Them children, y'all. Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. I hope the new minister can really do something with the fighting situation. It needs to urgently be addressed. All right, so this first one I'm told has no, let me make sure it's the right one now, has no profanity. So hold on. Just idiots in it. No profanity. All right. So that's that would be this one here. Here we go. I mean, really, y'all? Look at this big woman, you know? Look here. I mean, girls. I'm going to call you girls because you're acting like girls. Oh, my God. Tell me now if that man was worth it. Was he worth you losing your weave? I hope he got money to put your weave back in. All right, so this one has profanity at the end, so we'll play the beginning and then mute it. Okay. I mean, look at this. Wow. No, honey child. Oh my gosh. So disgusting. And the men are actually trying to part it. Look at this. What kind of shorts this woman got on? Please tell her don't wear this outfit again. Not very becoming. OMG. Look at this one with the shorts. Look at the batty rider. Look, yeah. Oh my God. Her short, I mean, all the way up her bum. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's so crazy. So yeah, there they are fighting. Look at the guy with his pants all the way. Look at the one. Look at that. How do y'all walk with these pants like this? Falling down. Look. How do you not trip over those pants? Hanging down behind, under your butt. Look here. And this one, he's trying to pull that woman off. All right, now here's another one with the weave on the ground. The weave got pulled out, honey child. And here they are fighting again. This is another video. So this is at the Strand. They keep renaming the bars, but clearly the name of the bar is not the problem. Some of the men having a good day, just stand up, they're watching. They're like, well, let me get a free show. Just don't mess up my car. Don't mess up my little Honda rider. But there they are, fighting over some no good man. Look, yeah. Oh my God. She fell down on the ground. Ooh. Wow, she lost her balance and fell hard too. And then look at these other ones. Two of them beating on her. I guess maybe it was her weave on the ground. I don't know. Wow. Ugh. Caymanians, y'all gotta do better. This is disgusting. Stay home. Wow. So this was the brawl. When did this happen? Saturday night? That's a lot of weave. Yeah, that looked like almost a whole piece. No, sir. Oh, I got another one again. Any profanity? Y'all got to do a profanity check for me because we don't want to be getting in trouble. Oh, we got another close-up. Whoa. This one had her in a headlock. Listen, since y'all are so motivated, we could start a WWF on CMR TV. How about that? That way y'all can relax yourselves a little bit. This one say her crotch has got to be sore. Hot mess, Nosa? So this person says those girls fighting are fighting over a man. The two in the black sleeping with the girl. Wait, the two in the black are sleeping with the girl in the colored suit, baby father. He is a Macfield. And this is who they fighting for? Lord Jesus, not even cute. Wow. Y'all fighting over that? Wow. Is he paying anybody's bills? That's what I want to know. Whose bills is he paying? Look at this one. Look, yeah. She got that one in a headlock. That's a WWF move. WWE. World Wrestling, what is it? WWE, World Wrestling Federation? Yeah, oh my God. Look at this one. What the heck? Ooh. Her legs tore open, child. Oh my gosh. You can almost see everything. Lord Jehovah. And he trying to pull that one off and that one over there, trying to separate the two women. And this one, he's trying to hold his drink. He's like, oh, excuse me, don't spill my drink. Let me get out of the way. Okay, so let's look at the Macfield that they're fighting over. Dun, dun, dun. There, that's the prize winner. Ladies, that's what you're getting. That's what you're fighting for. Oh my God, are you all serious right now? This can't be for real. That's it? Son, pull up your pants, first of all. And do you even have a job? Or are these women taking care of you? Yes. Oh, hell no, says Gabby. You better believe it. Y'all are silly. This is what gets y'all panties and your crotches all excited that you want to be beating people up in the street? No, sir. Wow. And you know what? He not paying none of y'all no mind, because after the two of you were fighting each other, the three of you fighting each other, by the next day, they turn around and go find another fourth girl, because he probably cheating on all y'all anyway. What a bunch of fools. Well, good luck to you. Hopefully the police can make a few arrests, because y'all managed to ruin every single business that goes in that plaza. And so somebody say, come see how their house dirty. Oh no, they're not worried about no house, honey child. They out in these streets. We lucky that they even keeping their crotch clean. It's 9:31. Praise the Lord. We are officially off radio. Goodbye, radio. Goodbye, off reg. Y'all are sick in the head. Like, what the hell? Really? This is the prize. Ladies, this is your prize. This is what y'all making us think about all over the streets. Got you Poonie Annie hanging out in these skimpy shorts. Really? He not worth it? My God. No, sir. Wow. Anyway, they got time and energy for all that. Time and energy. Chill. Try and fight for something that can pay your mortgage. How about that? All right. Man smiling too. Yeah, boy, him feeling good, man. Him feeling irie. That some hood rats fighting over him. Miss Joy Sand says, sad days. We used to go out to have fun. These young people need to realize they don't look good. This doesn't look good. And you can't fight over no man. You better believe that. Because when you look, he with another woman, the only good thing is they had no weapons. Well, thank God for that. They just pull in the weave. Lucky Body says he looks washed up and used. He probably using all them. Mirror Star says disgracing themselves for a little pee-pee, and it probably little too. Although El Rey says he got the McField magic stick. I didn't know the McFields had no magic stick. That's the first I'm hearing that one. They probably just got a regular Georgetown stick that I know nothing special about it than any other stick from down in the East. I'm just saying. Them sticks, you can buy them nowadays and they're doing a better job for you. AI sticks. Gabby Miles says 2025 and Anna still fighting over man? No, sir. My dear, I guess that will continue no matter what, right? Anytime I question my behavior, says Cameron, all I need to do is tune into the cold hard truth. I trust and believe because you know you're going to get featured. Thank you, King Robbie. Plain and Straight says, when did the law change to allow women to walk around with these bottoms, with their bottoms and other private parts on display? I know that it has been going on for years, but when did the laws actually change? Well, there hasn't been a change in law, but my dear, they just be showing it. And I mean, technically it's not a G-string. I guess if she was standing up, we wouldn't see her crotch if it wasn't wide open like this, but still they're pretty short. So it don't take much activity. Look at that. Oh my Lord, girl. We now know the verdict on you. Hold on. Let me tell y'all how this is gonna work now. This is how this is gonna work when y'all be out these streets embarrassing yourselves. So I'm gonna do it for you. Hear this one now. The lady on aisle number 2, fighting with your crotch open. The record reflects that you are not a virgin. Because we could see right in your crotch, honey jail. Hot mess. All right, I gotta go. 9:35. Gotta get to court on time. So I'm out of here. Oh, you're missing the boob popped out? Oh, I missed the boob popping? On which of the videos? Was it this one? Let me see again. Oh my God, I sure did. Oh shit. I totally didn't see her boob hanging out. You don't see that? Look ya. There it is. Boob, side boob. I mean, not side boob, the whole thing. OMG. I did not see that. Oh my God, that's horrible. Look at me here sipping my vinegar water. Jesus. Hot mess. Anyway, I gotta go to court. I can't fool with y'all. All right. Mañana is another day. And I'm sure there'll be way more sus that we can get into tomorrow. Y'all just too bad. Try and behave yourselves out in these streets. I know, right, Gabby? Not the booby. Lord Jesus. Wow. Hot mess. All right, that's it. Gotta run to court. I'll keep y'all updated on what happens in court. Apparently today's jury selection, but the complainant does not want to even show up in person. So I don't think my lawyer is going to allow that hot mess to happen. All right, see y'all tomorrow. Be good. No fighting in the streets, please. No boobies hanging out. Thank you very, very much. See y'all tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.